that the program has been brought back in almost 10 years, and it was originally on MTV. This is going to be the first time that USA Network has picked up any WWE reality TV programming, so this is going to be interesting to see what direction Tough Enough is taken in, and how they, change things up. This is going to be the first time in pretty well 10 years that we've seen Tough Enough, 9 or 10 years on television. So it's going to be interesting to see how different the program is, the different graphics, the different challenges, the different concepts, the different people that are going to be involved. The era of Bill DeMont, who I had the privilege of interviewing many times in my radio career, is long past us, and also Al Snow, who was also here on the show talking about Tough Enough and how, it took a mental strain on everybody that was involved. The era of Bill DeMont and Al Snow is long over, so we're going to have new coaches, we're going to have new pros on the show, and we're going to have new challenges, and it's going to be of a different feel from the original Tough Enough. I remember hearing Josh Matthews talk about Tough Enough on an edition of SmackDown, I believe it was. It was either SmackDown or Raw, I can't remember which one. And he was talking about how wonderful of an experience it was to be a part of Tough Enough. The inaugural season he was a part of, also on that program. The inaugural winner of Tough Enough was featured. Maven Huffman was featured in the original and inaugural Tough Enough, and he actually won the program. Now, following his run on Tough Enough, he did a lot of programs with Al Snow, and he even had the opportunity to wrestle against Triple H in a WWE Championship match in November of 2004. So definitely Tough Enough, offers you the opportunity to become an established name in the business, and Maven Huffman is a tremendous example of that. I have no idea where Maven is these days, but it would be interesting to know. Maven was one guy that I actually tried tracking down for a significant amount of time before I gave up. I still don't know to this day where Maven is. I would assume it's with some independent company that I've never heard tell of, but I don't really know. But I remember Josh Matthews, reflecting back on Tough Enough with Michael Cole, and he talked about how wonderful of an experience it was, and how it gave him the opportunity not to become an in-ring performer, but to get the opportunity to sit out at ringside and do commentary, which goes to show that Tough Enough definitely is a tremendous reality television program that not only offers you the opportunity to become a wrestler, but can also open doors for you to become a broadcast analyst, a journalist, an interviewer, part of the ring crew, a referee, whatever. So, the avenue of wrestling is not the only road that Tough Enough can take you down, and Josh Matthews is a tremendous example of that. Josh Matthews was actually taken off the SmackDown brand for a number of years before he was brought back as part of ECW and NXT. He did a lot of work backstage with the television production team, and I, for one, was wondering what happened to Josh, but knowing he was still under contract with WWE is phenomenal to me, because his commentating abilities are absolutely phenomenal, and if it wasn't for Tough Enough, we probably would have never seen talents like Josh Matthews come into the business. This was before NXT was ever thought of in the minds in the creative team. Tough Enough, provided us with so many wonderful moments over the years. One moment that stands out in my mind is WWE having the opportunity to sign Marty Robbins. Many of you know him as the Boogeyman. He did a lot of work with Short Sleeve Samson, who was also here on the program many times in the past, when Short Sleeve Samson donned the character of the Little Boogeyman. But I remember one particular point in time when Marty Robbins actually lied about his age on Tough Enough, and they found out about it, and the result of that was Marty Robbins was actually released from the program and wasn't heard from for a number of years. And then after that, he comes back and is this phenomenal Boogeyman character, which so many people got into so early, and the Boogeyman character got over so effectively. It's beyond me why WWE made the decision to release the Boogeyman. The Boogeyman character had the opportunity to work many programs with Finlay. He also had the opportunity to work on the ECW brand. He had a phenomenal program with the JBL and King Booker as well. So I think that The Boogeyman got the opportunity to work inside the ring with a lot of established names, provide us with many entertaining vignettes, and we have Tough Enough to thank for that. I know that the Boogeyman is now currently working on the independent circuit, still trying to, climb the ladder of success, and I definitely do wish Marty Robbins all the best in his future endeavors. But even he, has to be excited about Tough Enough coming back, because now it's going to open up even more doors for even more people. I mean, look at how phenomenal John Morrison is doing right now in the WWE. Another guy that Tough Enough provided us with. He just finished up a phenomenal program over the WWE Championship with The Miz not too long ago. John Morrison is one of those guys who really broke through to the other side. I remember when he had his first exhibition match on WWE programming. It was on an edition of Monday Night Raw. Him and the runner-up, I guess you could say, in Tough Enough, competed. It was after Tough Enough 3 had finished up, and John Morrison and Matt, I think was the other guy's name, had this exhibition match. Tommy Dreamer got involved in it. Caned the two of them, beat the shit out of the two of them with the canes. But after that, John Morrison went on to become one of the most successful tag team champions with both The Miz and Joey Mercury, formerly of M&M. And, had phenomenal Intercontinental Championship runs and matches. And even went on to become an ECW champion. And, of course, ECW was when he donned the character of John Morrison for the first time. Prior to that, he was known as Johnny Blaze and Johnny Nitro on the Monday Night Raw brand as Eric Bischoff's apprentice. But, John Morrison is one of those guys that really broke through, and we have Tough Enough to thank for that. Look at the phenomenal things that he does inside the ring. I know that WWE Home Video released a video chronicling John Morrison's success, and it is a phenomenal DVD. If you have the opportunity to pick it up, definitely do so. But his training regimen and everything just makes him a phenomenal competitor. And given his training regimen, it's without question why he was the winner of Tough Enough 3. He's held many championships in his career, and he is living and breathing proof that definitely if you do try out for Tough Enough and your audition tape is picked, and you get the opportunity to win the program and either be on Raw or SmackDown, definitely doors are going to open for you, and you have the possibility of probably being a future champion in the WWE. Some of the more controversial moments that Tough Enough provided us with over the years, when they had two female competitors win, Linda Miles and Jackie Gata. Jackie Gata is another individual who I've had the opportunity to interview many times. And, that was a very controversial time, because that Tough Enough actually was supposed to have two winners, one male and one female, but they made the decision to have two female winners of the program, and that would cause a bit of controversy. I know that the male competitors were actually very upset over the fact that they made the decision, the creative team, and the judges made the decision to have two female winners, and I know Hawk lashed out about that on the internet after, and that was absolutely unbelievable. But that was one of the more controversial moments that Tough Enough provided us with. But nonetheless, Jackie Gata's career in the WWE prolonged Linda Miles' career by far. I don't even know what happened to her after the whole Shaniqua storyline with the Basham brothers never really worked out. The Bashams went on to have a successful career and a phenomenal run as part of JBL's cabinet. But as it pertains to Shaniqua, I really don't know what happened to her or what became of her. I know that Jackie Gata is still working on the independents along with Charlie Haas. But definitely Tough Enough, providing us with some very controversial moments, and it brings about the question if Tough Enough will provide us with even more controversial moments 10 years later, 9 or 10 years later. How will the run work on USA Network? The thing about this reality television deal is you have to plan out a reality series and have calculating moves, and if you plan out a reality series well enough, it will succeed into many seasons. If you fail to produce and plan a reality television program well, you can bet that the program will fold in its first or second season. And I really hope that Tough Enough really does not do that, given the fact that the new version of Tough Enough, which is going to be premiering this spring on USA Network, has gotten a tremendous amount of media attention, primarily in the New York Times. The New York Times actually had a small article about Tough Enough coming back on the USA Network for the first time in 9 or 10 years. And you can find that on the internet and numbers of different sources throughout the information highway. But definitely, when you can generate media attention like from the New York Times and different media outlets, you know you're getting somewhere with it. And with the hype that Tough Enough is getting, I can only hope that when it returns for the first time in 10 years, it leaves us talking about something that's never been done before. I mean, we've seen the obstacle courses, God knows. We've seen enough of them on NXT. We've seen the training processes on NXT, and we've seen the training processes before in previous seasons of Tough Enough. So we're going to need something new. We're going to need something different, kind of a 21st century feel. And, hopefully it will keep the fans interested. I hope they have many WWE superstars involved, new talent, and I hope that, they profile it and document the individuals who are involved with the show well enough to keep you interested. I mean, if other reality television shows that have absolutely nothing to do with wrestling can do a phenomenal job of chronicling the progress of people, definitely WWE's camera crew can do the same thing. And it's going to be interesting to see how all the talents, be it that they've never met each other before in their lives, intermingle, and how interesting it's going to be to see how they all get along. Because I know there were a number of different heated arguments in previous editions of Tough Enough, and no doubt this season will provide us with many more controversial moments and heated arguments and different things. It's all going to be interesting to see how they all get along and how they all bond, and how emotional this season is going to be, because I've